You know, I mentioned that these last several days have been, kind of hard due to the passing of my grandfather. And, and I mentioned how, talking about it is some of the best medicine, which, I have. And again, as I said yesterday, talking about it is the best medicine because you can't OD and the refills are free. But honestly, as the days have gone on, I've actually been feeling better. I really have. I mean, it helps to obviously talk about and, having this little guy by my side. Aww. So, yeah, it's been difficult, but, I've been talking to some really good people. In fact, I talked to someone about it last night when I was out. So, to that person who I talked to, thank you. It's really nice to have somebody to talk to and stuff, so it's always very nice. We actually also talked about, Cuca Lake, which, yeah, I know it's only late January now, but, man, I'm getting excited for the lake. I really am. I can't wait till we go. I can't wait to go. I mean, I still have a while to do it. Gotta wait. Gotta wait for a little while. No, a couple of months from now at the very least. I mean, I'm gonna try and do the polar bear plunge, obviously, but outside of that, actually, today's the 25th, so yeah, 4 months from now. And because we go roughly Memorial Day weekend, that's when we open it. But I'm gonna try and go at other points. So I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be something to look forward to a lot. And I can't wait to do stuff like jump in the lake more. That's gonna be great. I mean, yeah. So, although now I'm thinking about it, my grandfather did have a cottage at Cuca Lake. But you know what? I'm fine. I was actually talking to my grandmother on my father's side yesterday. And, well, she said this several times throughout the week, but she definitely said it yesterday, and I do believe the day before. My grandmother is a very religious woman. Like, yes, I'm, Christian and Catholic. I'm Catholic, but, she's like, essentially the progenitor of all that in our family. And, she actually gave some really good advice. And that was, that, when a person's time comes, that's it. It's their time. That's why, yes, don't get me wrong, when it's about to be my time, I'm going to be absolutely terrified. I'm going to be sad. It's going to be sad. It's going to be all that stuff. But it's a part of life. So, I'm going to be fine. For now. I mean, I'll worry about let's be honest, if I ever do die, I certainly won't be the first to ever do it. And of course, there's always that chance it'll ever happen. But I figure that as long as I surround myself with, the good people in my life, be they family or friends, I'll have the strength to carry on. I will. And plus, he'll be with me. So happy Saturday, everybody. Another thing I've been doing to think about as a means to help me feel better is I was thinking about other aspects of my youth that I really did like and watch a lot. And I revisited some of that actually. Be they, video games or cartoons I used to watch when I was a kid. And I was actually watching The Mysterious Mr. Enter, one of his old videos. And he mentioned how, and this is actually something that I have touched upon before, but having thought about it, I could probably elaborate a little more on it. And that is, when it comes to storytelling in terms of, a show or anything involving entertainment, unless you know exactly what you're doing, the two things you should absolutely never use as plot devices are traveling into outer space and time travel. When you do that, you're in trouble, unless you know what you're doing. And I thought a lot about that, and I really had to think, what have I seen, what video games have I played, or what TV shows have I watched where it either worked or it didn't, but you had something else to help carry everything through. So I actually thought up of a few things that you could watch and or play that, work in that regard. So let's start with the fact that when it comes to both plot devices, you have two schools of thought. You have the school of thought that involves everything going on being so completely entertaining that whether or not it takes place in outer space or involves time travel really is an afterthought. Or you have the latter, which, as I just mentioned, is, you had something in it to help carry along. The characters, entertainment value, whatever. So I think it's easy to start with the former. And funny enough, they're both, video game franchises. And the first one, I need not look further than, believe it or not, the original the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Now, I think we can all agree the Crash Bandicoot trilogy was awesome. But when you think about it, the final battle in Crash Bandicoot 2 takes place in outer space. And in Crash Bandicoot 3, you basically, go back in time, grab the crystal, rinse and repeat. Throughout the entire process of both games, looking back on it, when my brother and I were playing those games, I realized those games are so incredibly entertaining that we had completely forgot that, for Crash Bandicoot 2, we were in outer space in the end, and for Crash Bandicoot 3, we were time traveling. I'm not even kidding. I completely holy cow, we really are time traveling, aren't we? Shoot. Now, another instance of this is, believe it or not, the Mario games, the Super Mario franchises. Specifically, obviously Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, because, come on, that all takes place in space. Which essentially does the same mechanic, go to a part in outer space, grab the star, rinse and repeat. When it comes to time traveling, however, you have Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, which is really just the Mario Galaxy games or the Crash Bandicoot games, just with a few extra steps added. Basically, in Partners in Time, you go back in time to do this thing, move over to this thing and do this thing, and then you go back. Easy. That's really all it was. I think when you talk about how it changes the outcome of the future, that's when, it gets all, crazy and confusing. Which falls onto the latter category, which is you had something to carry it through that would allow you to, move forward. Oh, one more example. It's actually a show for the former. It was just so entertaining you forgot what was going on. Samurai Jack. That the entire series takes place in the future. And Jack is looking for a way to get home. And sometimes he's in outer space along the way. Again, that show was so entertaining. You completely forgot what was going on. So, yeah. Obviously, the Crash Bandicoot games, the Mario Galaxy games, the Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, recommend you all play. And Samurai Jack, of course I recommend you watch it. Samurai Jack. It's one of the greatest animated shows ever made. Speaking of animated shows, let's get into the latter category, which is you had something in another aspect of what was going on that was so great it carried everything else through. And I need no look further than Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. I mean, the entire Namek saga, the Frieza saga, that was all outer space, man. Yeah, you're on a planet, but it was a different planet in outer space. So, yeah. Now, the time travel thing is where I'm talking. Now, the time travel thing, that's when I get into, okay, the characters, the action, that stuff is so entertaining that it can carry the rest through. And believe me, when it comes to the Android Cell sagas, believe me, there are problems with it. Specifically, in my opinion, Trunks simply not telling the main characters what the androids look like. Just saying. So, yeah. There's that. And, okay, so you want something that's, actually live action? Why not the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I mean, thanks to Guardians of the Galaxy, you have properties of the series, of that franchise taking place in outer space. And do I even need to tell you what happened in Endgame? And don't get me wrong, all the time travel stuff in Avengers Endgame makes no sense whatsoever. They either do stuff that they said can't be done and it ends up working anyway, or the exact opposite. And if it sounds confusing, that's why time travel is confusing. But again, those movies had such a treasure trove of great performances that you'd be like, okay, I can actually ignore this. I can be thoroughly invested and entertained by what I'm watching, and that's good. So, well, obviously I recommend you watch Dragon Ball Z, but, watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some movies that aren't as good as others, but even the ones that are considered quote-unquote bad really are not that bad. I mean, yeah, Iron Man 2 and Thor the Dark World really aren't that entertaining. Or really aren't that good, but, they have some things about them that are entertaining. So, yeah. Honestly, well, you're probably wondering, why are you bringing this stuff up now? Well, I've mentioned this before as well. One Piece is very much trying to do the time travel thing. I'm not going to elaborate as to how. I'm just worried that the Wano arc is actually going so well, and there are times I completely forget the whole time travel thing, which goes into what I was talking about earlier. I just really hope the ball isn't dropped on this one, because, Wano isn't just an arc. It's essentially a mega arc. It is meant to be the culmination of well over a decade of waiting, storytelling, all that stuff to where we are now. And we're just about to end Act 3 of Wano. So we have possibly 2 more acts. I don't really know. I kind of wish the chapter came out today. But we gotta wait till tomorrow for the official translation, which, I'll be happy to do a reaction of. Considering that the last chapter really, well, it didn't end on a cliff note. I mean, I know that the flashback that we're in right now is going to end in tragedy. I do. The question is how. I do know one thing is for sure. And this is a minor spoiler, so brace yourselves here. We know that Odin was the one who gave Kaido the scar on his abdomen chest area, using the sword known as Enma. The question is, how did he do it? And I get the feeling we're going to be seeing that in this upcoming chapter. Another thing that I think we're going to see, and this was slightly spoiled for me, is we now know how Gecko Moria tamed the corpse of Ryuma Shimotsky. Yes. There's body snatching in here. Or, actually, not body snatching. Grave robbing. That's what it is. That's what I was thinking of. Yes, there's grave robbing in the story. Man, tomorrow's chapter is going to be so incredibly lit. I can't wait to talk about it. So yeah, I do have stuff to look forward to. It can be sad, though, that my grandfather's no longer around, but I'm going to be okay. Because I have good people by my side. Like him, for instance. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, find me on social media platforms, turn notifications on YouTube. I enjoyed home to make this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Remember, videos on Talker Time, always going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.